What is up, everybody? Are we live? We are live. We are live. What is up, everybody? What's going on? It's your girl, Jay, and I'm in here. We in here. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Everyone out there that's watching live, everyone that's going to watch later, so it may not be Tuesday for you, but this is my Tuesday night live where we just chat. We just talk some basketball. Mainly, I'm an Aces girl, but the WNBA is not happening right now. So we're talking some NCAA women's basketball as well tonight. And I just want to make a disclaimer real quick. Real quick for those that may be new to watching or just wondering. I'm not a sports commentator. I'm not a sports scientist. I'm your homegirl who likes to watch women's basketball and talk about that. I enjoy all basketball really, but I really have enjoyed watching college basketball this season. And then of course, as y'all all know, I'm the Aces girl. So I'm just here. It's like you call up your homegirl and you say, hey, did you watch that game last night? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in here. So I invite anyone out there watching, feel free to jump in the comments. It's way better when we can talk back and forth. I will tell y'all tonight, your girl is a little tired because it was a long day at work. I barely made it, y'all, but I'm here. I am here. And whether people jump in the comments or not, I'm going to give y'all the info I got. I'm going to talk about it. And it might be a long one. It might be a short one. Pause. But it's going to be. So welcome to the show. All right. Where shall we get started today? I think I want to start with some WNBA free agency talk because last time I was here, turn my mic down a little bit. Last time we were here, we did not know about the Aces and what they were going to do with their final pieces. ARC, I know, I'm sorry, I was a couple minutes late. It's been a time today. I was considering not coming in to do it live, but I really enjoyed doing this, so I showed up. So thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. Yes, WNBA. So we did not know, and I don't think I forgot to put my little sound effects on here. Man, I ain't even got it. I had some horns I was going to blow because guess who decided to come back to us? Guess who said, yes, I'm back. I have a graphic right here. That is right. We got the ace herself. The ace herself. Candace Parker is back with the Aces. This is not the sound I wanted to use. I told y'all I was running a little behind today. I wanted some air horns. Boo, 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 boo. Because we got Candace Parker back with us. So I'm super excited. She waited. She knew I was waiting on that. And I heard that she wasn't going to drop her. ESPN reported that we may not hear from Candace until closer to training camp. And the very next day after, so last Wednesday, it was announced that Candace was coming back to the Aces. So the Aces, I think we have one more spot left, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, they still have training camp. They'll see what they're going to do with people because they've signed a couple of people to training camp contracts. We permanently have Megan. I want to say we permanently have Kia. I'm still confused about Sid because I've seen it say training camp contract. I've also seen it say just signed. So not really sure about Sid yet, but now with Candace back, We got the core four back. AC is in there. We are, I don't know if I need to call it yet. But we are in good position. We are in a very good position, barring that no one gets hurt. So I don't even want to put that out there. But if we stay healthy and everybody's good, we have a really good chance of getting back to the championship. So RC says, I'm happy she's back now. She can only stay. Yes. I don't really see Candace playing many minutes. Like, I think she's going to start. She'll come in there, do some stuff, and then she's going to go sit and rest. And then when we need her, she'll come back in from time to time. But I don't really see her getting major minutes. At least that's me. I think this is her farewell tour, if you will. I think this is her last year. Candace is tired. Candace just, she loves the game, which is why she's not leaving. But I know her wife is getting ready to have another baby. They have that cute little family. She has her TNT job. And I think she's on NBA TV. She's not hurting for money. She's living quite well. So she doesn't need to put her body through any more, craziness. But she loves the game. So I just think this is it for her. But I'm so happy. I'm so happy that she is, she's back with us. RC says, when you get a moment, can you tell me more about our signing of Bria Hartley? She's another. I thought I had mentioned her last week. I don't think I have the information. I'll try to look it up because I had it, I thought, for last week. Or maybe it wasn't Bria. It was Morgan, and I don't know if it's Amaria or Amaria or Amaria. I don't know. I haven't really heard of her. But yeah, Bria. I forgot to mention her. Bria also got signed to a training camp. So I'll see if I can look it up and see if we can get some information on her before the live is over, if that's possible. But we do have some goodbyes to say. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger for us Aces fans. So with the signing of the people I just mentioned, the Aces did not ask Kayla George back or Elena Coates back to the team. I'm going to miss Pearl. That's Kayla's little daughter. She was so cute. But happy they were on the team. They did great for us, but they had to make some room. And I think RC actually was the one that mentioned that if we had signed Megan Gustafson, I don't know if that's how you say her name, then we might end up losing Kayla George, and we did. So goodbye to them. Let me see what else I got. What else did he say? I think the only reason CP3 is coming back this final year is so that she can get a chance to feel the entire thrill of running around and actually celebrating and winning a chip. As the clock ticks down. You're right. That's what I think. I think that she saw this team pull together, really pull themselves together and fight for this championship. And she was gone most of the season. And to see all that happen, her just kind of helping them coach from the bench, coaching them from the bench. I think she wants a piece of that. And she wants to actually be able to physically contribute to the next championship if they make it to that point. So I think that's the only reason she's coming back, because if it wasn't for that, if they weren't in any kind of contention, she would be gone. She would be gone. I'm telling you, watching her doc, it just put everything in a different perspective for me as it pertains to Candace Parker, because I just didn't realize all the stuff she had gone through with her body and just the ups and downs and disappointments of just the game itself. So like, we're lucky to still have her. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, it's either her 15th or 16th year. So look, she's done her thing. So she doesn't owe us anything. I'm just happy she's back for as long as she'll be back. RC says Kayla George went back to Australia. Yeah. Oh, okay. I know she went back to Australia, but I didn't know. I thought it was the Aces decision because they were getting all these people in the training camp contracts, and they were deciding maybe to keep one of them. But if it's her decision, still, I'll miss Kayla. I thought she was a great addition, and she was pivotal in us getting our championship last year. Last year. Even though she was throwing up threes like crazy, not all of them hit, but the ones that did hit helped us. So can't say enough about Kayla George. And she's a baller. She's killing it over there in Australia. Who do we have? Charles, what's up? Glad to finally catch a live. What do you think about Jordan Canada, Area Powers, and Tina Charles? Do you think that makes them title contenders? What is up, Charles? Thanks for joining. Atlanta is these teams are teaming right now, like Seattle, Minnesota, Phoenix, Atlanta. I mean, New York is always there. These teams are really like they got some power on these teams, and Jordan Canada going to Atlanta, and then she's going to be with Ryan Howard. And I mean, I just think it's I would say a lot of these teams have title potential. I need to see what they do with this potential first before I say they can contend for a title, because it's always good on paper, but we have to understand that some of these people have never played with each other, and team chemistry kind of means a lot, and just being able to work together. So with everybody, people getting ready for the Olympics, people playing USA basketball, people doing AU, people are all over the place, doing different things. So we don't really have like a huge amount of time in training camp to get people gelled together. So we'll see. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but we'll see. Okay. RC is telling me how to say her name because I get tongue-tied. I just say her name like everyone else. Gustafson. But I can't say it fast. But y'all know who I'm talking about. Megan G. She's a new signee on the Aces. When I keep hearing her name over and over as I watch the game, then I'll be able to say it. That closeout, or RC says that closeout with Kayla, I went from screaming, pull her ass, coach, pull her ass, to oh snap, Kayla got guts. Kayla ringing it up. Kayla snapping. I'm gonna miss that. She earned that mofo ring. She did. I did not. Oh, I'm reading something else. Hold on. I wasn't mad at her. Like the team was. We were on the struggle bus. I'm not going to lie. Like Asia has said it, like they were really trying to figure out how they were going to do this, being two starters down and one of those starters being their floor general. So they had the jitters. They were turning the ball over 8 times in the first quarter. So it was a lot of stuff going on with them in that game. So her missing shots, I just knew at one point it might come back, maybe it'll catch on and she'll be okay. I was hoping that would happen before New York got hot because it was only a matter of time. I was thinking that Stewie would get hot or Sabrina would get hot. It just didn't really happen for them. So I'm just happy that it went the way that it did. RC says, Jay, please tell me that OMM means oh my mama. Oh, that I know that? Yeah. Did I say that while I was reading something? Because if I did, sometimes I'm not really paying attention to the words like I need to when I'm doing this live. So if I just read it, my bad. I do know OMM means on my mama. I've seen you say that before. Charles says, what do you think Chanae is going to do? Looks like she enjoys ESPN more. Yeah, I don't see Chanae coming back. The sparks looks like they may have to do some rebuilding as well. So I don't really see her, and she was injured last season. So I don't really see her coming back to make a comeback to play for the Sparks. I think she's good on ESPN. She's on NBA Today. I watch that. I watch that almost every day, but they play it like 7 times a day, but I catch it. And, she's an analyst for ESPN, and she does WNBA countdown during the WNBA season, what she did during the playoffs. So I think I like her. I like her at ESPN, so I think she would be okay. I think she's going to come back. But, I mean, I guess we got time. We'll see. I don't see it happening, though. All right. A couple of other things we're going to touch on for WNBA before we jump into. I have conversations for this NCAA. I have conversations. But before we jump into that, one more thing. So we know that Asia released a book, which is over here, Dear Black Girls. I read it. I completed it. It's actually really, really good. And even though it says Dear Black Girls, as she says, anybody can read that. It's just life lessons seen through her eyes and through her experiences. And you don't have to be Black or a girl to relate to some of the stuff that she's talking about. Now, some of the stuff she's talking about does come from a Black woman's perspective because, we go through some things a little differently than some others. But for the most part, it's relatable. Whether you're losing grandparents or dealing with sports teams or dealing with classmates, or you have a learning disability, or maybe you weren't the brightest student. It's some of everything in there. So I enjoyed the book, but she's been on this tour, and I don't know how many people are in here that care about outfits, but I'm a girl and I like outfits. So I had to get on here and talk about Asia's fire outfits that she had. So here's the book. Let me bring it up. There we go. That's the book that I just had there. Dear Black Girls, How to Be True to You by Asia Wilson. And let's look at these fits though, because she went on a book tour last week. My girl was hot like fire out here. So Good Morning America has one look. The same night, she's on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert wearing this neon, I don't even know what that is, almost like a tux, but one leg is out. It's a midriff top. Like, who can pull that off? That's pretty dope. Then she went to Complex, kind of dressed down in her, jean outfit. There were like 3 other outfits, but I didn't have time to get all of them and bring them here. But if you follow her, I'm sure you've seen them. Instagram, Twitter, she's posted them before. But my girl, I loved it. I love seeing her all over the place on The View, on ABC. She was just killing it. So check out the book if you haven't. And then I know a lot of her interviews she's done are on YouTube. Let me see. RC says, I'll come back to that real quick. Zamore Marie Danielia. No, that's not how you say that. Daniela. Sorry. Zamore. So sorry I messed up your name. Please forgive me. I'm tired. She was killing those outfits. Yes, she was. Welcome to my live. I appreciate you for commenting. Nolan, good evening. I went to Las Vegas last season to see the Fever. First time to see Aces game. The vibes and the spirit at that game was so great. Kudos to the Aces fans. Definitely going back for another game. Thank you, Nolan, for commenting, and welcome to my live. I really want to go. We'll get into how bad I want to go. If you've been in these lives, I say this almost every week. I really want to go to an Aces game. I'm trying to get tickets right now to go to the All-Star game in Phoenix, July 20th. And then I'll look and see how much money I have available where I can go see them, because Aces tickets are no longer cheap tickets. They are expensive tickets. And then when you put them in the hands of resellers, because they're popular, they're even more money. And your girl ain't really got it like that. So I'm going to try. I'm definitely going to try. But What else? Oh, we're going to get to that. So one interview I saw, Asia Wilson was on Draymond Green's podcast, the Draymond Green Show. And she kind of mentioned, he talked to her about like how the teams were like getting, like Seattle has the big three now with Jewel Lloyd, Skylar Diggins, Smith, and Nneka Ogwumike now. What does she think about that? We already talked about kind of New York being a quote unquote super team, and Atlanta's kind of getting stacked, and Phoenix is getting some people. So he asked her about the super team and what she thought about just super team in general. And I know we kind of heard her talk about it, but this was interesting how she tied it to her title. So let's check out this clip real quick, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
100%. Like Kelsey, obviously number one draft pick. She played in San Antonio, but then the next year Vegas. Then it was me, then it was Jackie. And like we were grinding. Like I remember my rookie year, we didn't make it to playoffs. Like we were trying to grind out wins and form a fan base to be like, come watch us. And like we were, it's funny because we were just talking about, we're like, there were times when we would have a meeting and be like, what are we doing? Like, where do we want to go with this? How do we win? Like, we were questioning how to win. And it just took us all being like, all right, we're going to get in the gym and we're going to work our hardest. Like, no one's going to outwork us. And so that's why I kind of felt some type of way when they kept calling us a super team, because I'm like, we didn't just go pick everybody and was like, make it work. Like, this was something that we were building, and obviously we just got great additions that wanted to. And it's funny how it all at the end, it really came down to me, Kelsey, and Jackie. Like, it's like it and that was supposed to prove to everybody, like, this was it. The whole time, this was it. And that's the part that I was so happy for. And that was like probably why the second championship was just that much greater than the first one.
All right. So that was Asia talking about them being called a super team. And I mentioned that before, right during the playoffs, that or actually when people were talking about them being a super team. I think it was our fave, Cheryl Swoops. I know she's kind of been floating in some hot water a little bit, but she mentioned super teams. And I said that I didn't think the Aces were a super team. I just thought Aces were super because they did start from the bottom up. They weren't winning as soon as they got those 3 number 1 draft picks. They weren't even winning as soon as they got Chelsea Gray. So it took them a while. And yeah, they got the right pieces to go into the right spot. But the reason why that chemistry is so good is because that same core 4 have been playing together for a while, and mainly the core 3. And so when she says, like, we kind of started it together and we went through the bumps and bruises, and then it's just so ironic how when it came to getting this last championship, everybody was gone. They had lost half their team, and it really came down to those 3 to try to carry that team to victory. Of course, they had help. Kayla George, AC was amazing. Sid was dope on defense, but it came down to the core 3, and it just proves that, sometimes it takes a while, but if you work together and keep it together and everybody's healthy, you can persevere. So definitely not mad at that. So, all right, what did RC say? I want to go back to it. RC says the Sparks got 2 vets in Hamby and Lexi Brown. Almost everyone else are young whippersnappers. True that. They are in, I still say like they're in a little rebuilding stage. I just, it kind of goes to something that Nneka had said as to why she was choosing Seattle. She didn't say it outright, but she kind of alluded to the fact that Seattle had better things going on. Like they're getting this new training facility. And I think that means a lot to these vet players. Like Candace coming to Vegas was the first time in her career that she had a locker. That's crazy. Nneka's been in the WNBA for 13 years, and Seattle will be the first time she has her own training facility. And you think someplace like LA, one of the marquee teams in the WNBA. Like the very first game played was between LA and New York. And they just don't have the best facilities. They just don't, which is kind of sad. So, I mean, I know I'm not going to get into the whole money thing and all that stuff. It's a growing, business and industry, but these players I think they're going to go where A, they have a contention to get a championship, and B, where they have good facilities and they're treated like professionals and they're not, practicing in someone's, church gym or something like that. So WNBA still has a ways to go on that front, but I think that's also causing a lot of the movement that we see happening around. EDD, she announced that she's not coming back. Elena Deladon is not coming back to DC. She rejected the offer. They gave her the Supermax, I think 2 years. She declined it. I think she wanted to go play somewhere else, and them coring her and making her, meaning that other teams had to beat their offer, and then they gave her a Supermax 2 year that, she knew no other team would probably try to beat. So that made her have to stay in DC. So she decided not to play. I don't know if that's her decision why she didn't want to play or she decided not to play was because of that. But I feel that maybe she wanted to go somewhere else, and them coring her kind of made her have to stay there, and she didn't want that. So we shall see. We shall see what happens after that. All right. So my teams in the NCAA, we were winning games, y'all. I'm talking about Notre Dame, LSU, and South Carolina. So where do I want to start? I think I'll start with South Carolina. They played 2 games without Camila Cardoso. They played Missouri on Thursday. They won 83-45. 83-45. I mean, they're not ranked. I get it, but they're just up to their old shenanigans. And then Sunday was the big game where they played against UConn, and they won that game 83-65. So they allowed Connecticut to get 20 extra points, but they still whooped up on them. Plies was there. I don't know if y'all follow Plies, if y'all see him and his commentary on South Carolina, but that man said he was going to come to that game in UConn, or not in UConn, but at the UConn game, and he was going to bring his crock pot, his butter, his ice, his fly swatter. He was going to bring all those props because he has something for each player. He's described each player as something, and he has a prop for them. And people watching were like, he's not bringing that stuff. If y'all see those clips, that man has a full-on crock pot sitting courtside at the South Carolina game. Anytime Raven Johnson was touching the ball and she scored, he stood up with that crock pot because that's what he calls her, Raven Crock Pot Johnson. And I heard that she signed it for him afterwards. I saw him hold up the stick of butter, when Malaysia for Wally was going off. He has a fly swatter for Ashlyn Watkins. And I forget, is the ice for Bree? The ice might be for Bree. I don't know all the props, but he has something for all of them. But that was pretty funny. But people were speculating on how they thought the team would do without Cardoso. And this game at UConn, PaoPao showed up right away. I think she had 3 or 4 threes in the first half for sure. I don't remember if it was the first quarter, but PaoPao was in there. And then you had Watkins and Chloe Kitts doing their thing. And then whenever Malaysia gets in the game, now she got in and kind of made a couple of mistakes in the beginning, had to go sit down, and then got her energy back, once she knew, the mistakes that she made, and she came in there and killed it. So, especially on the defensive end, everyone played well. Bree Hall, got us a clutch shot in there. Ashlyn was swatting balls left and right. PaoPao, like I said, shooting those threes. Tessa Johnson, she gave us a couple of threes too from the corner. So Fagan came in there. Walker, I believe she emptied out her bench of the players that could play, and everyone got a touch. Not everyone scored, but everyone got to be in the game. PaoPao led everyone with 21 points. Ashlyn had 15 points, 3 blocks, 3 assists, 9 rebounds. PaoPao had 3 rebounds. Chloe Kitts, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 block. Raven Johnson had 10 points, 2 steals. 5 assists, 12. Raven Johnson, what is she, 5'9", 12 rebounds. She led everyone. She led her whole team in rebounds. And they asked her at the press conference, what's up with you rebounding? She was like, I told Miller that I was going to hold her down and I would help the team get rebounds, and that's what I did. So, total team effort, and they played very well. I wasn't really worried that they might lose to UConn. I thought maybe it might be a chance that UConn can give them just a challenge, but UConn is hurt. They have a lot of players that's hurt, and Paige Beckers, who was guarding her? Was it Bree? I think Bree was guarding Paige Beckers most of the game. So she was doing a phenomenal job of guarding her. So they just didn't have enough manpower to last South Carolina, in my opinion. So good game, but my team is still undefeated. What are we, 20? Is it 22-0 right now? Next game, they play Tennessee on Thursday. So that's going to be a good game to watch. But my team was doing a damn thing. So shout out to South Carolina. Let me see. SC Bread says, WNBA don't always consist of the best women basketball players. Stephanie Jones, Kyla Davis, Abby Myers all play for Maryland. Women's basketball, Auburn, women's basketball, Unique, and others. No, I didn't say, I don't think they, WNBA only has 12 roster spots available on 12 teams. So a lot of good players, for whatever reason, don't make all the rosters. It just depends on what the teams are looking for during those times. So there's a lot of good talent out there that's not in the WNBA. So, I think there is some good talent there. I think it's some great talent in the W, but there's a lot there. It's tons of women basketball players out here. So yeah, not all of them get a chance to play in the W. Some of them playing overseas. Some of them aren't playing at all. So, I agree with you, but I think there's tons of talent in the W right now. South Carolina deeper than Lake Michigan. Yes. Honestly, I don't know. I don't watch all the teams, so I don't really know what everybody else really looks like as far as being a contender to take down South Carolina. Of course, they can lose. Any team can lose. But when you look at their depth and you look at their chemistry, you look at their skill, you look that anybody can score. Anybody can have the hot hand. There are no quote unquote superstars on that team. They play together. It's just a very hard team to beat. It'll be a challenge for whoever does. What up, Eclectic? I don't know if he's still in here, but what up? Yes, it's me, and I'm talking sports. I know. Zaymore, is it Zaymore or Zamore? I don't want to say it wrong, but you said, I think 23. 23-0 for South Carolina. RC says, I told everyone without Cardoso, y'all would still destroy the opposition, and did. I know what I'm talking about sometimes. Yeah, I didn't think they would struggle because again, South Carolina is such a complete team. Anybody at any time can go off. And Chloe Kitts has been great in the post. Ashlyn Watkins coming off the bench has been great. And her starting in Cardoso's spot has been great. And then you have Fagan. So if one of those two gets tired, you got Fagan coming in. And then you got Walker. So it's a deep deep sea out there in those South Carolina streets that that they're okay. It's just adding Cardoso as the cherry on top with that team. Nolan says, I wish I can get down to Colonial Life Arena for a game. It was so electric there on set. Yeah, that team, I think they sold out and they had 18. Correct me if I'm wrong. I may be able to look this up. It was sold out, but 18,000? It was either 18,000 or 13,000. But they were sold out, and they keep breaking their own records of, attendance and things like that. So, yeah, everybody got a white towel, everybody going crazy, and you got Plies right there on the sideline holding up crock pots and butter and fly swatters. So, it was fun to watch. I wish it would be nice to go to a game for sure. Eclectic said Ohio State though. Eclectic is the Ohio guy. I don't watch Ohio sports, not because I'm from Michigan, but that's just not one of my teams. But yeah, go ahead. RC says South Carolina can lose a quarter or two sometimes, but beating them for 4 quarters, that's entirely a different animal. Yeah. I mean, there are times that South Carolina has started off slow, but that third quarter don't play. They can have 2 horrible quarters, first and second, but that third quarter after that halftime, it's been almost every game. They just turn up. They turn up. It's in another level, and they're not tired. Their rotation is fresh. And I think that's another reason how they beat these teams, because these legs are fresh. Like they have too many options. So that third quarter is a beast. And if all else fails, Dawn Staley got the whipping stick. Yeah. She don't play. And I love it. I love how she is as a coach. SC Bread said if Maryland women basketball lose 2 more games and don't win their conference tournament, they don't deserve NCAA W bid. I'm interested to see who gets into the tournament. Again, I really wasn't watching college basketball that deep before. I mean, I was into like Elite 8, Final 4, but not like the entire tournament. This year, obviously, I'm way more into it, so I'll be interested to see who makes it in. Earl Connor, hello Earl, welcome to the live. 18,000 strong. Okay, I was right. 18,000 strong. 18,000 for a women's college basketball game. Now they were playing UConn, but still. SC, they turn that out almost every time. Almost every game is a big game for them, because somebody's always trying to take them down, so they have to play at the highest level. But that's dope. That's super dope to see. RC says, Ohio State is legitimized, Jay. I didn't say nothing bad about Ohio State. Ohio State is great. I'm saying I don't watch Ohio basketball, football, none of that. I don't watch it. I don't have enough time to watch all these things. So Ohio, great. I ain't got no shade against it. I'm just saying I'm from Michigan, and a lot of people think Michigan people don't like Ohio people, or Ohio people don't like Michigan people. That may be true, but I'm not one of those people. I just don't watch Ohio stuff. But I'm always going to root for my Michigan people now. Don't get it twisted. Where are we? RC says, crazy how Louisville remains ranked without Haley Van Lith. Wowzers. Well, Louisville had that big win. Was it LSU? So maybe that's why. But they lost to what was it, Syracuse not too long ago, this Sunday or this past couple of days, they lost that game. Oh, don't start. Don't start. Don't start. And y'all, this is my homie, so I'm not talking to him crazy. He's playing games over here in the comments. RC says, Jay goes without saying, I need your opinion. Iowa lost to unranked Nebraska, so say it's because Caitlin wanted to break the record at home. What do you think? Oh, some say it's because Caitlin wanted to break the record at home. What do you think? She went scoreless in the fourth. Weird. Hold on, let me get my tea. What do I think? I don't watch Caitlin, so I don't know. But from what I hear from her, about her, she's a great competitor. She is a competitor, and she's lethal with that ball. I don't see her throwing a game so she can win the scoring record in Iowa. I mean, I can see how that would make you feel good to get that in front of your home crowd, because obviously they're going to appreciate it that much more. But people follow her all around. And if I'm not mistaken, is that the game where they were still chanting to get Caitlin Clark back in the game when she was on the bench? So she has a following of people. So I don't think that she threw it. I think that she's human and she can't be on all the time. And I think maybe a little bit, I think maybe the pressure got to her a little bit. It's very similar to what, we've talked about before with KP, Kelsey Plum, talking about how her scoring record kind of took over her as a player. It became more about the scoring record and more about the points she was scoring and less about her as a player and less about her just playing the game and the game itself. If she wasn't scoring 40 points, people didn't really care whether they won or lost. It was like, what? She only scored 25 points. What do you mean? And so that's also why it was hard for her to transition when she got into the W, because she kind of lost her identity and all the hoopla of, getting this scoring record. And if you think what she did 2016? No, 2017, somewhere around there. Look where we are now with all the social media, all the media hype, everything. So I think Caitlin has a lot of pressure on her, and it could be somewhat, getting to her to where it's kind of taken over. I think she just wants to get it over with so she can just keep playing ball. Like, it's going to happen. So it's just like the anticipation of trying to make it happen, and maybe a little bit got to her, and that's why she kind of lost it in the fourth. But I mean, she only needs 8 points, so she'll get that first thing. And if she did throw it to get it in Iowa, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't like that, but whatever. Yeah, she only needs 8 points to reach the record. Earl says AP is a joke. UConn drops 4. Why Iowa goes from 2 to 4, the Caitlin effect. Yeah, whoever's at number 2 is just not a good place to be. It just seems like whoever's into something crazy always happens, and is not good. It's not good. So who's number 2 now? I forget. I have it. I forgot who number 2 is. Someone will probably tell me in the comments before I can find it. Ohio State. Look at that. That's why Eclectic was talking noise. So, I mean, I don't know, man. Number 2 be shaky sometimes. So, I know they got some ballers on that team, but yeah, it's a little shaky around that 2 and 3. And it seems like the number 2 team is always getting the short end of the stick. Something's crazy always happening. South Carolina, Georgia is sold out on Sunday at Colonial Life. I think I heard it would be the 4th or 5th sellout this season. Yeah. And their tickets aren't cheap either. Like these, first of all, I just want to say the price is going up as it should, but also these resellers, because they know it's going up and they know the popularity is there, they are price gouging. If I just want to go to a game to enjoy the game, I got to pay $500-$600 just to get, and I'm probably sitting in the nosebleeds. That's bananas. I didn't pay that much going to see the Lakers play. So, although that was years ago when Kobe was still playing, but still, like, y'all are getting out of hand with these tickets. RC says, thanks for answering. No problem. I hope I gave you a good answer. I mean, maybe it wasn't the right answer, but it was what I was thinking. Ohio State, is number 2. RC says, so maybe you want to see them now, huh? LOL, just kidding. No, nope. I'm good. Like my attention span is at its limit right now. I catch what I can. Speaking of that, I finally got to see JuJu Watkins playing on ESPN. The game actually came on, and y'all, I was so tired from work, I fell asleep. I didn't finish watching the game. I saw the end, but I was going to go back and rewind and watch the beginning, but I couldn't do it. I still need to watch it, but JuJu is a walking bucket. We're going to get into her real in a little bit, just because I want to have a conversation of who y'all think is going to take it between Hildalgo and JuJu. That's the question every week, it seems, because they're neck and neck. SC Bread says those players I mentioned earlier, Stephanie Jones, Kyla Davis, Abby Myers, Unique Thompson, didn't belong in the WNBA. Oh, you're saying they were in it and they didn't deserve to be in the WNBA, or they never made it into the WNBA? Those names aren't familiar to me. My bad. I'm sorry. Game day will be CLA on Sunday also. Russell Evans. Hello, Russell. Welcome to my live. I appreciate it. Yeah, so let's go to Notre Dame real quick. And I meant to bring up the box score. My bad. I meant to bring up the box score for South Carolina as I was reading that off, and I totally forgot to do that. So I'm going to do that real quick for Notre Dame. Just so I'm not just reading things, at least y'all can like look along with me. Let me see. Groovy is in the house. What's up, everyone? What did I miss? We were just talking about some WNBA stuff. Hopefully you go back and watch the beginning. Now we're into, just finished talking about South Carolina and how they did without Cardoso, which they killed it as I suspected they would. And now I'm talking about Notre Dame and them going up against Florida State. So I'm bringing that up right now. All right. So Hannah Hidalgo. I don't know what else I can say. About Hannah Hidalgo. Even when they lose, she's winning. Like, she literally is the heart and soul of this team. She is leading all of D1 in steals. She gets over 5. I think it's like 5.6 she averages. 5 steals a game. I think she got 7 steals one time a couple of games ago. I think she had 6 steals this last game. She's on the defense all the time. If she's not trying to get a steal, she's up getting rebounds. She's flying through the air. Hannah is that girl. She's just great. I think it was the game before they played Florida State where they lost. I think are they the ones that lost to Louisville? Hold on, let me make sure, because I might have this wrong. They lost to Louisville. It wasn't LSU, it was them. When they were playing against Louisville, she was pissed. She came in the game and her shots weren't going down the way she wanted it to. She wasn't getting steals. Nothing was happening for her, and she was mad. Every time she drove to the basket and that ball did not go in, she was losing it. They pulled her off. Coach Neil Ivey pulled her off, had her sit on the bench a little bit just to cool down, and you can just see her losing her mind on that bench because, you know, she's a competitor, and it's not like her to miss shots. So she had to calm down a little bit. They came back, but it wasn't enough to take over that game. But she came back this next game against Florida State, and double overtime, y'all. This game was neck and neck the entire time. It was neck and neck the entire time. Again, Hannah started off very slow in the first half. Shots again weren't falling down, but instead of getting frustrated, she just tried her best at defense. Like I said, she got 5 steals. She had 9 assists, 7 rebounds. She was trying her hardest. But the people that were showing up for Notre Dame was DeWolf. DeWolf had 24 points. DeWolf was shooting threes like it was a part-time job. Like whenever we were getting down too low, DeWolf would come out, shoot those threes. Citron hit a couple of threes for us. KK Bransford had a really good game on the defensive end. Nat Marshall didn't score, but her presence was just helping. Maddie didn't have the best game, but she eked out 19 points. So, I mean, overall, great game, but double overtime. And again, it's the will of Hannah Hidalgo driving to the basket, trying to, you know, keep that game alive. And then who do we need? Citron hits a big shot. Second overtime, we need some points. DeWolf hits a big shot. And just like a cherry on top, Hannah Hidalgo drives to the basket again, draws the foul. And once she shoots those free throws, it's a wrap. The game was over. So she had 27 points. And I think she holds the record now for Notre Dame, the fastest freshman to get to 500 points. She's well over 500 points now. But she has that record. I just saw she has the record for the most, players of the week for the ACC. Rookie of the week is what they call it for the ACC. She has 11 of them. So she has the record for that. Hannah is that girl. Hannah is that girl. She just is. Let's see what Groovy has to say. Hannah and Tinaya was having a duel on the court. Oh, yeah. Crazy. I mean, back and forth. It was at one point, it was just like this person take a shot, then this person take a shot, then this person takes a shot, then that person takes a shot. It was pretty good. Hidalgo, I think. Oh, wait a minute now. SC Bread says Hidalgo, I think she's overrated. She shot 25 times for 30 points. The rest of the team single digit in points. So I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, SC Bread, and that's fine. You're entitled to your opinion. I do not agree with you. I think Hannah gets down for the most part. She is efficient. She hasn't had the best last couple of games, but she's not overrated. She's carrying her team because a lot of them are hurt. And anytime if Maddie's not performing, they just got Citron back maybe 10 games ago. Nat Marshall may not be performing. Sometimes DeWolf isn't the best, but the one person they can count on is Hannah. They can count on her. Even when she's having a bad game, she's there. So she may not score all the points, but you cannot say she's not good on defense because she is. So sometimes it's not all about the points you score. It's about how you are on the team, period. So that's what I feel about Hannah. That's my girl, and nobody can change my mind on that. But I appreciate your comment. RC says, I call her Hannah Hidalgo. I knew we weren't going to get out of here before RC brought one of his sayings up. SC Bread says, point well taken. I appreciate that. I just think that the girl plays hard. And even when they lose, like I always think about the reason that she caught my eye is when South Carolina was playing Notre Dame, the very first game when they were in Paris. And Notre Dame was getting blown out. Like blown out. Like it was like a professional team playing a high school team. Like that's how bad that those points were going towards South Carolina's side. And the one person, no matter how many points they were down, Hidalgo was scrapping for every ball. She was going up for shots. She was trying to steal the ball. She had so much energy. She was willing that team to keep going. And that means a lot to me because you can just give up when you're losing by that many points. But she wasn't. And so I was like, I got to watch that girl because she's somebody to keep my eye on. So that's why I love Hannah so much. Nolan says, I think Notre Dame has a good one in Coach Ivy, 2-time Natty champ with that program. Yep. I don't know about 2-time champ. I do know she was a champ. But yeah, she definitely was a point guard for Notre Dame. So it's pretty cool when you can see the coach, the player come back to their school as a head coach because they know what it takes, firsthand experience, the team's history and things like that. And her and Hidalgo really have a tight relationship, and you can see like the fruit of their relationship on the floor. Neil Ivy being a point guard, she knows how to talk to Hidalgo. She knows, and she's a gentle coach. I don't see her yelling at her people too much, and I'm not saying she doesn't. I don't see it. She just talks to them, tells them what she wants. I'm sure the locker room may be different than on the floor, but she knows how to get to Hidalgo. Hidalgo was having a fit on the floor. She pulled her off. She barely said 2 words to her, let her calm down. And when she was ready, she was like, okay, now you can get back on the floor. So, I mean, I really like her. Groovy says she was on the staff when they won their last natties. So one as a player and one as an assistant. Okay. I thought I had only saw that she won one as a player. So what do we think? What do we think? I have a graphic I'm going to pull up, and I believe it's wrong. This came from ESPN, but as I started to look at it, I think it might be wrong. RC says, side note, what are your thoughts on Kobe's statue, the presentation and the image? Okay, we can take a beeline real quick to Kobe. For those of you that don't know, I am a huge Kobe fan. Huge Kobe fan. The reason my studio is half purple and this is kind of like a tan color, it was just a neutral color, but I was building this studio with my paraphernalia that I have for Kobe in mind, because I had a bunch of stuff up in my old place that I was going to put up in here. So I met him. I've been a fan. I was a fan of his since he entered the NBA. I was a fan of his until he played his last game. Watched almost every game of his. So a huge fan. And the person he was off the floor, especially, near the end, he was really a big promoter of women's basketball and coaching his daughter's team. And he was pretty cool. So they made this statue that they're going to put in front of the crypto center in LA. And it's going to be 3. So I love that there's a statue there. I like the pose, but the statue, maybe I need to see it in person, but the statue doesn't, I don't know, something about the way it looks. It doesn't convey like what I'm expecting it to convey, like in his face and stuff like that. Because of that moment, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is that his 81-point game when he was walking off the court pointing up? I could be wrong because I'm tired, but I think that's what it was. But Vanessa said he picked it out, and that's the statue he wanted. So that's the statue we got, and I'm fine with that. I'm going to lose it when I see the one, because they said it's going to be one with him wearing number 8, one with him wearing number 24, and one with him and his daughter, Gia. And so that's going to be, rough to see for me. But yeah, I love it. I can't wait to one day go back to LA and check it out. SC Bread says Hidalgo is the best player on the team. There is no I in team. Okay. There is no I in team, but there is a leader if there has to be in a team. And I think that's what she is. Yeah, that was his 81-point image. Yeah. Okay. I remember a little bit. I remember, sometimes it's fuzzy, but I remember a little bit. So those of you that are in watching right now or later on the comments, who do y'all think? Because I have this graphic and I said, I believe it's wrong, because as I was looking, I got this from ESPN. I took this from my TV. That's why it looks like that. But they were talking about, what did Groovy say? There's an I in Irish. there is an I in Irish. They were talking about the top 2 freshman females, obviously, female basketball players, Hannah Hidalgo and JuJu Watkins, and how they're kind of going back and forth. Who's gonna get this freshman of the year? I saw JuJu play this game. I think it was last night. I saw her play that 51-point game. I saw that on YouTube. I've heard a lot about the player that she is. It seems very effortless when I watch her play. How she's a bucket almost every time. 2 totally different players, but they're doing some major work in D1. Now, this does say, and again, this is ESPN. This says Hidalgo is first in the freshman ranks in points per game, and Watkins is second. But when I looked it up, Watkins averages 27.7 points a game. She is second in D1 behind Caitlin Clark. So she's second, leading everybody, freshman or not, in D1 at 27.7 points. Hidalgo is 25 point something. I can't remember now, but she's 25 something. Close, but not 27. So I think they messed that one up. But this is how they say they match up. So I'm going to switch that. Hidalgo is second in points per game for freshmen. Watkins is first. And then it says rebounds per game. Hidalgo is 30th, D1. Watkins is 17th. Assists per game, Hidalgo is first. Watkins is 11th. And steals per game, which I talked about earlier, Hidalgo's first. And JuJu is third. So if we're just going based off that little graphic that they have, we switch the 1 and 2 on the points per game, it would seem like statistically Hannah will pull that out over JuJu. But again, they're neck and neck. I think JuJu, this last game, she just tied Lisa Leslie for the most points as a freshman. 582. 582, I think, is where she is. If someone out there, that, let me know. And then Hannah Hidalgo, who I said had already surpassed her 500, she's at 578. So they're pretty close together, but JuJu edges her out on the most points so far. But they're neck and neck, like literally. they're neck and neck carrying their teams. So I don't know who would get it. Again, I kind of lean towards Hidalgo, but feel free to comment and let me know what y'all think. RC says JuJu every time. Groovy says, I think they should be co-freshman of the year. Yeah, I'm leaning towards that because I mean, they're literally, when I say neck and neck, they're literally neck and neck. Like, it's very hard to like pick one over the other. The only reason I go with Hidalgo because I watch her play more than I see JuJu play. And it's because they don't play their games in my area for whatever reason. I can't ever catch it. And then I'll have to go search on YouTube, which I don't have a lot of time to do. So that's why I choose Hidalgo, because I can catch all her games that they have on TV. Nolan says, God dropped both Hannah and JuJu out of the sky, I think. How fortunate are we to be able to watch these players grow? Too close to call. Yeah, same here. And then you add on Fuwali from South Carolina, and you add on Williams from LSU. Like, these freshmen, and there's some more out there too. These freshmen, it's a really good class of freshmen. Really good class. All right, the last game, which I'm so excited to talk about. I'm so excited to talk about this game. LSU plays Alabama. LSU wins 85-66. I'm going to share my screen on this as well. I'm excited to talk about LSU because we need to talk about, does LSU have a new point guard? Y'all let me know. Y'all let me know. We talked about, I think last week, we talked about what LSU needed to do to, get themselves ready for the tournament and how far they could go. And we've talked about Haley Van Lith and how this is just not a natural position for her, that these past few games where they've allowed Poa to come in and play point and move Haley to the 2, that she's kind of thrived in that. I think a couple of games ago, she scored 21 points. I think that worked, and that proved itself in this game, that they played against Alabama. Poa was in that game a lot. It was even one point where Haley was on the bench. And I believe the reason she was on the bench is because Haley is not that good at defense, where Poa is taking charges. Poa blocked a 3. We got to understand what Poa's like 6 feet, if I'm not mistaken, 6 something, or maybe 5'11". I think she's 6 something. Haley Van Lith is 5'9", I think. So having that height to be, she blocked a 3. That's how bad Alabama was doing at one point. And I don't know if that was the play that Anissa, they had so many. Anissa jumped up and grabbed that ball out of somebody's hands and brought that down with so much authority. It was so many crazy plays. She's 5'7". Oh, I guess I should be pulling these up. Hold on. I get excited. Hold on. Let me go back. SC Bread said, we will see who Hidalgo and Irish will be watching the NCAA Women's Championship from home. Possibly. I didn't say they were a great team. I said I love me some Hannah Hidalgo, but we'll see. We shall see. Appreciate it, though. Thank you for challenging me. I appreciate that. Because some stuff I do know, so I can challenge back. But I appreciate the conversation. Groovy, can this class be better than 2020 class when it's said and done? Only time will tell. Only time will tell. I wasn't watching a whole lot in 2020, so I don't have a horse in that fight. If someone in the comments has something to say about that, is this class better than the 2020 class? I don't know, but it's some exciting basketball that's happening right now with these girls. Groovy says the HVL experiment is over. It's over. So what you saying? Haley needs to just be on the bench? Is she coming off the bench? Is that what you're saying? Or she just needs to permanently go back to being a 2 guard and leave that point guard up to Poa? RC says Kim Mulkey finally came to her hot damn senses, Jay, and authorized the move. Yeah. And she actually played her players. Like, she actually had them out. Not everybody. No, everybody. Everybody came on the floor. Now, yeah, some of them were doing garbage time near the end of the game, but Poa had minutes. We already know Rosario is one that she'll pull off, but she had Angelica Velez in there a couple of times a little early. Kent was in there early. She was kind of subbing out. So, I mean, I think she's getting hip. I mean, I don't think she watches this, but I think I had said that. I think I had said that Kim Mulkey, if they wanted to be contenders, she's got to get some production out of her bench. And they got to figure out how to get that fast. And whatever moves they need to make, they got to do it because they cannot keep but they're tiring out their main 5 so much because she doesn't do a lot of rotations that they run out of gas near the end. And so you got to have some kind of production coming off your bench to lighten that load. And on top of having the point guard issue, I think she listened and she's getting these people in there. Now, they're not great. They're not great players because when she took everybody off the floor and let that team play, I don't think they scored that whole time as a team that they were in there. I don't know if they were nervous. I don't know if they just weren't ready. But playing like that is not going to get you off that bench. So hopefully they can get it together because they turned it over more than anything. Just not making great passes and stuff like that. So they have some work to do. But I'm just happy to see that she was trying to rotate a little bit more. And having Poa in that game, it changed the energy. It just changed the energy of the whole game because she knows she's a natural point guard. She knows where to get that ball, where it needs to be. She does suffer from turnovers. She does turn the ball over more times than I think she should, but that's going to come with some more playing time. But her defense, what did they say? Offense sells tickets, defense wins games. Her defense is there. Her defense, I think they said she's taken, I might be wrong, 23 charges as of this last game. And one time she took a charge so hard they had to she couldn't practice. They gave her a day and a half off from practice because her body was just literally breaking up. But that's the grittiness that you need. And then on top of that, you got Angel, you got Morrow, you got Big Foe, you got Williams. That when things are coming together, this can be a dangerous team. They just need to get it together. Haley is 5'7" for real. I meant to look that up. I do need to look it up to see. I knew she's something, 5'7", 5'9", but she ain't 6 feet. Look who LSU was playing, Alabama. Yeah, I'm not saying that was they are playing the number 2 team in all of the NCAA. What I'm saying is they made some pivotal changes I felt that they need. And I think they're trying to get ready for the tournament now. So they're making whatever changes they need to make so they're not having to make them when it really counts. And they've lost to some teams that they shouldn't have lost to, making silly mistakes. So they could have very well lost to Alabama. I mean, they're not above losing, as we can see those past couple of losses that they had, because they weren't really making the right decisions. They were tired, turning the ball over, shots aren't going down. And even though Morrow didn't have the best offensive game, because a lot of her shots weren't going down, she was still, again, a beast on the defensive side, and that gave them, I think, added to the energy that they needed to carry that game out. So I'm proud of LSU for that. Haley and LSU women's basketball will be all right. I think so. I was just excited to see Poa out there. And then I'm like, where's Haley? Haley's on the bench cheering the team on. But I think that's what they need to do. I think they need to make Poa the point guard, move Haley to the 2, and then Haley can be a swing point guard when Poa is obviously not going to be in the game. She's not going to start. I don't think she's going to start Poa over her. I think she'll start Haley, but she's going to sub in Poa a lot more, and Poa will end up getting a bunch of minutes playing off the bench. RC says, I'm literally crying for our coach to go deeper than just a 6, barely 7-player rotation too. Iowa's coach, she doesn't play enough of her players. Did y'all? I know you heard her going off. I know you heard her going off during that press conference. That lady said, this is not how this program goes. What do you mean? Why are they playing music during the free throws? I didn't watch the game. Maybe you saw it, but she was mad. She said, this is not the type of basketball I know that we're supposed to be playing. How is that allowed? She was mad. Yeah, I know what you mean. RC says, Jay, I'm glad you came and didn't cancel. Get away from the real world a little bit and get you talking some good old women's basketball, something we all love here. Salute and thanks. Thank you, RC. Yeah, I wasn't going to come, but I was like, I got to talk about it. I'm so excited. I don't have people to talk about this with. My friends don't watch basketball. So we talk about music and other entertainment and stuff like that. But the only people I can talk about basketball is my community of people here. So I appreciate y'all coming through and always joining in the chat. Please, and I forgot to say this at the beginning, give me some thumbs up. If y'all are watching right now, hit the thumbs up so I can get on the algorithm. That is important. I'm trying to build my channel up. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. I'm very new. So I'm at 220, I believe right now. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate it. If you don't want to subscribe, that's fine, but give me the thumbs up so I can go out there and reach some other people, and maybe they will be interested and they'll join the crew. Because we have fun on Tuesday nights. We talk about some basketball. I don't know everything. Like I said, I'm just your homegirl. We just shooting the breeze, talking about some basketball, and that's it. Nothing's too serious. Nothing's, I'm not here to put a damper on anybody's night. We can have some discussions. We can disagree, but it's always going to be cool. At least over here. Here is going to be cool. And in my comments, I've been blessed to have really cool people in my comments where it doesn't get too crazy. No, nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I'm cool, but don't push me. So I'm so happy that I have a good community of people that are in my comments live and in my comments when y'all watch my videos. I appreciate that. Thumbs up, though. Thumbs up. RC says, Jay, I heard a friend. She sent me, how do you say her name? Bluter? Am I saying that right? Probably not. Clip. It was hilarious. Talk about entitlement. She said, I got a plane to catch. What are we doing? What are we doing? I'm mad. My girl didn't get her scoring record. She went cold in the fourth quarter. Y'all playing music while these people are trying to take these free throws. We are not in a club. We are in a basketball court. And y'all making me wait to go to the mic. Leave me alone. Where's my plane? I'm ready to go. Oh, that was hilarious. That was really hilarious. I actually really enjoyed that. I don't know. Is there anything else anyone else has that y'all want to bring up that we will talk about? Like I said, I watch Notre Dame, LSU, South Carolina. Those are my teams that I like to watch, and I try to catch other games if they're on, if I can. I'm going after this, gonna finish watching JuJu play the game she played last night. But if y'all are in here, thumbs up, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Check out my other videos. If you're just here for sports, I have a full playlist of all my sports conversations all together. If y'all like more than sports, you like music, entertainment, personal stories. I'm a podcaster, been podcasting for 5 years in about 3 weeks. So I have a podcast. You can check that out as well. Check out my main page of my YouTube. All my information is there. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Shaq's daughter plays in a church league. They don't compete for the Texas championship. Which one? Oh, the All-American, the one that's going, she's a McDonald's All-American, right? What is her name? Mariah? I think it's Mariah. Don't get me to lying. But I think that's the one you're talking about. They just won a championship. They just won whatever championship that they compete against. They just won that. I saw the video because I follow her mom. RC says people are gunning for Iowa like we're the number 1 seed. No, that's y'all. People are gunning for Iowa because the most popular player in all of basketball is on that team, and they're waiting to, try to see if they can shut her down. So a big bullseye is on Iowa's back, just like a big bullseye is on South Carolina's back, for 2 different reasons. But it's great basketball. If it gets people talking and gets people watching women's basketball, that's really what it's about. So I appreciate it. RC says, do you agree with Cameron Brink and Stafford being ranked number 3? Because I sure don't. I was actually surprised because I'm like, I didn't see where they were coming from. Like them being number 3, I was very surprised by that. I mean, we know sometimes these polls, it's all subjective, but no, I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming, and I don't know what to do with that information. Good for them. See if they can hold on to it and see what happens this next week. I think there's 7? Is it 7 more games to go before we get into the tournaments? I'm very excited about that. Super, super excited about this tournament. I finally know I have my favorites. I know these players. I've been watching them all season, so I'm very excited to see what happens when we get into the tournament. So appreciate y'all. 20 people. Thank you so much. Thumbs up. Give me the thumbs up. I need the likes. I appreciate it. I think that's it. I'm trying to think, was there anything else? Let me check my notes because I did take some notes, but I was not having a great day today, guys. Y'all, they almost took your girl out. I was not feeling well today, and I didn't know if I was going to make it. That's why I'm drinking tea right now. I'm starting to get a headache. So, but I made it. This made me feel a little bit better. I always appreciate talking to y'all. Let me see. No, I think that's it. Oh, the anniversary of Lisa Leslie getting 101 points in high school in one half in 16 minutes. That happened. That happened last week. Lisa Leslie is my all-time favorite player. I remember when they first told us that she scored 101 points in one half in high school. And I'm like, how is that even a possibility? But she did it. She did it. She went on to be an Olympian. She went on to play in the WNBA. She won her a couple of chips. And now she coaches Big Three. She was just in the championship last year in Paris. She didn't win. They came in. They were the runners up or whatever. But yeah, she coaches Big Three basketball, which is pretty dope. RC says, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here, but I do appreciate the stream and will always support. Salute. Catch you on the next one. Yep. Thank you so much, RC. I appreciate you. SC Bread said McDonald's All-American Shaq's daughter. Yep. That's the one. And Daryl or Darrell, welcome to the stream. You are very cute. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't feel cute right now, but I do appreciate it. So, y'all, I'm going to get out of here. Thank y'all so much. Again, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, watch my videos. I really, really appreciate it. If there's some stuff going on, we're going to talk about it. And I will see y'all, hopefully, see y'all next week. Make sure y'all check out my community tab. That's where I post if I'm going to go live or not. Feel free to reach out to me if you have anything. Oh, Q&A. I wanted to do a Q&A. I did not get to it. If y'all have any questions for me about my teams, about my page, about me podcasting, anything you would like to know, I kind of want to get some questions to put it together to make an intro video for this channel. So, if y'all have any questions, feel free to DM me, email me, drop them in the comments, and I'll try to get to the questions next time. Those of you that did send me questions, I'm so sorry I didn't get to it. Next week we'll do it. Okay? Send me questions. Next week we'll do questions. I'm so very sorry I didn't get to them. RC says, wait, I heard that. Lisa must have been playing against toddlers 1-on-1 points. Damn. And she personally took it through Will outscoring him by 1. Okay, bye. She did. And she did it in 1/2, 16 minutes. Didn't even play the whole game. All right. Thank y'all. Again, y'all are great. I'll talk to y'all later. See y'all next week. Peace.